Welcome to the maiden edition of the program Top Assignment. This program hosts the ambassadors and high commissioners of various embassies and consulates residents in Ghana. And the program is being produced by FOJ Media and Consult and sponsored by City Escape Hotel. My name is Reverend Juliet, and we go on a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay right there.
My name is Jonathan Brokramo, Head of Marketing, City Escape Pampam. City Escape Hotel Pampam is located in the Greater Accra region of the Ningo Pampam district. It has 60 rooms, an amusement park. The amusement park comprises of a dome, a football pitch, a swimming pool, an arcade, and kids play area. And then the room comprises of standard rooms, standard deluxe rooms, chalets, and executive rooms. And then we have 8 conference halls. We have a conference hall that can sit 120 people, one that can sit 65, one that can sit 20, and then one that can sit 15, and then 6 in that order. We have a restaurant that sits 100 people at a time. You can walk in for your honeymoons, your weddings, your parties, your engagements, and everything at City Escape Hotel. We are looking to you to come to City Escape so you can experience our unforgettable escape.
So welcome back, viewers, to the maiden edition of Top Assignment once again. And of course, this program is being brought to you by City Escape Hotel. And as I told you before, we went for the short commercial break, that this program is about the embassy and the ambassador. And we know, as usual, that their walls are so high, but today we are here to demystify who the ambassador is and what the embassy does, I beg your pardon. And so I have in the house with me Her Excellency Sophie, the French ambassador to Ghana. And she's here with me in person. And I just want to read a little short biography about this wonderful woman. I am so excited that she's a woman. And as I read her CV, I was like, awesome. What a great achievement. And I read, 1991 to 1996, she was a consultant and vocation trainer at the Institute of Formation, Professionalism Applique. It's in French, though. Yes. And then in 1997 to 2002, she was a sales director at Ideal Multimedia. So she's a media personnel. And I'm sure she's already reading everything, marking me, right? Okay, so 2003 to 2005, she was a student at the École Nationale Administration. Right. And then 2005 to 2007, she was the senior civil servant, head of European and International Unit at the Director of Maritime, River and Road Transport at the Ministry of Transport. And that's a great achievement, madam. And 2007 to 2012, she was General Delegate of Amateurs of France at the Ministry of Transport.
No, actually, it was Amateur de France was a shipping company. It was
a
Federation of Shipping Companies. It had nothing to do with the Ministry of Transport.
Oh, okay. So Ministry, okay, France at the Ministry of Transport?
No, it was not. It was not at the Ministry of Transport. That is an old bio that's been circulated, but it's...
oh, I see.
It was
so
not,
that needs to be correct.
Well, it has to do with transport, but it's not linked to the Ministry of Transport.
Oh, awesome.
So I went back to the private sector.
Private sector, okay, that's good. All right, so 2016 to 2018, you were the Director of Human Resource of the Ministry of Defense.
Yes.
That's something. That's something, great woman. Okay, and in September 2018, here you are, appointed Ambassador of France to Ghana by decree of the President of the French Republic. Wow.
That's right, that's right.
I'm amazed. How did you do all this?
Well, one day at a time. But well, it looks a bit patchworky when you look at it like this, but it does make sense if you look at the fact that it's quite a typical public-private career, and one nourishes the other. The private sector is what produces and what creates money, what creates wealth. So it was important to be able to speak both languages, the public and the private. And then going to the public sector was about serving my country and being able to bring back a bit of what I had been lucky enough to get in terms of training, my studies, and you know, in France, school is free. Indeed, I was in a private business
really?
school. Yes.
Schooling in France is
yes,
free?
Yes, schooling in
right
France
from
is free. Right from kindergarten to baccalaureate, which is like the equivalent of the A level, the WACC.
Okay.
So this is free, and then if you go to university, it's free too. Or it's such a cheap rate that obviously money is not what can stop people
exactly.
From being educated. Then of course it's easier if you have a bit of money, because then you can access libraries, buy books, access a computer, but we have many grants, scholarships to help. So I thought I owed something to my country, and when I went to the ENA, which is the École Nationale d'Administration, the senior civil servant fast track, really, that is 1.5 years, 2 years school, I was, not only did I not pay for my studies, but I was paid to study.
Oh, really?
So you are considered like an intern civil servant, and you get paid for it. So I thought it was meaningful to give back to my country that had provided me with education, health, and all the support I needed. So I wanted to work in the public sector.
With the gender, did you have any challenges with
that?
Well,
I'd like to shout with the wolves and say it was a challenge, but truth it wasn't. To me, it wasn't. I never was in a situation where people were saying you can't do this or that because you're a woman. I happened to be the only woman in some areas when I joined the multimedia company. I think it was the very first time they had a woman in the team. But it was never looked upon as an issue, or as, you know, I was not hired to be a woman. I was hired to be a sales director. And so long I was bringing turnover and bringing business, the fact that I was a female, a male, or whatever else, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
What mattered were the amount on the contracts that I was bringing back, and that was enabling the company to pay the salaries, to invest, to buy some more equipment. So I never made it an issue that I was a woman, and I never presented myself as saying, oh guys, I'm a woman, so you have to behave differently. I was there to do a job, and I was doing it. And in all my postings, being in the Ministry of Transport or Ministry of Defense, that are not looked upon as very feminine ministries or businesses. I never made it an issue of the fact that I was a woman. It was neither an asset or an argument against. That's not what I was here to do. And being an ambassador is also not something that is gender, that matters about the gender. I mean, the job is the same whether you're a man or a woman. Okay. And it depends on your personality, what you want to do, what you want to achieve, but your gender has not much to do with it.
Okay, that's awesome, because I'm looking at you from what you are telling me. You seem to be a very focused woman.
Yeah.
You know what you are about, and you do just that.
Yes.
And I'm so proud of you.
And people actually follow you. When they see that you're focused, they don't waste time thinking, yeah, but she's a woman. Do you think she... I don't think people refer to me, my team, they don't refer to me as a woman. They refer to me as a boss, certainly bossy, certainly some of them call me pressure. So I refrain myself from pressuring them. Okay. But yeah, I'm somehow a perfectionist, and I have been blessed with an ability of working quickly and being able of doing many things at the same time. So yes, I'm probably very demanding. So I think what they complain about or refer to is my being demanding, my being very quick. Whatever I asked, it was for tomorrow.
Okay,
or sometimes
good.
for yesterday. And certainly not, oh, she's a woman, so she behaves like a woman. I don't think they
Beautiful.
see that.
So tell me, who is the ambassador?
The ambassador is just anyone who can represent his or her country. Originally, an ambassador was an envoy. So there was a time when we didn't have phones and communication tools, and then when we wanted to communicate with another country's head of state, we had to ride a horse and go to...
Ride a horse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking in middle age or, you know. And it took ages to get there. So we have up to a point thought that it was interesting to have a representative of the country, someone who knew about the country, someone who could actually defend the interests of the country, promote the country close to another government. So that was what diplomacy was about. But then diplomacy has evolved because everything is going much quicker thanks to those communication tools, and it also involves the public opinion. It used to be an elitist kind of discussion, you see, heads of states to heads of states, ministers to ministers, high-ranking representatives to high-ranking representatives. But now everyone has a say. Everyone reacts on the social media. And at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, the same people who react in social media are the ones who will be voting. In a democracy, votes matter, people matter. So diplomacy has evolved in such a way that we now have to address the public opinion, and we have to do what you are doing through your show, which is letting people know what on earth we are doing here.
Exactly.
We have, sometimes high walls, but and cars with a flag. That's what people see from the outside. Convoys. Although I try to be as discreet as possible. I mean, I make sure I leave earlier because I don't like the whole flashy alarm, motorcade and everything. I leave earlier and I do as everyone does. I'm stuck in the traffic.
Seriously?
Yes. But it's very kind because sometimes when I'm stuck in the traffic with the flag, some people say, "Oh, hello France, vive la France," and that's very kind. It's very, very touching. So that's what people see from the outside. But and I think it's important to unveil a bit what we are actually doing here.
Exactly.
That's what you do. That's what I do through my show, the TV show Touch of France, where we're trying to say to Ghanaians, well, you have been welcoming me into your country, you've shared your culture. So let me share with you what we are doing here, the kind of cooperation we are doing here.
Okay.
And there are many, many areas in which we do cooperation. Some are, of course, organic, like teaching French, obviously. That is
You mean the embassy organizes that?
Well, the embassy finances the teaching of teachers. So we finance the Ministry of Education, and they then they then orient the money where it's needed. So they funded the bilingual courses, the classes. So there were 5 pilot classes, and I think they are on the way of having like 50. So when you want to have a bilingual class, you have to have French courses, but also a non-linguistic subject that you teach in French. It can be music, it can be sports, it can be math, it could be geography.
So which of these areas do you focus on, apart from
any school can choose the area they want, because it depends on the teacher. You see, if you have a music teacher who speaks French.
So when you say any school, you mean the Ghana government?
The Ghana government decides. We are just supporting this movement. We, of course, teach French through the Alliance Française. And we fund this effort or this will of the government to actually promote French and the French language. And then we do a bit of French through the TV show because, you know, telling people you ought to learn French, and you've got some very rational arguments like if you want to find a job, especially within ECOWAS, most of the countries speak French. It really is an asset on your CV if you can speak French, because you can be of very precious use to a company that actually wants to develop to the neighbors. And if you want to export to your closest neighbors, you have to speak French. You are absolutely surrounded by French-speaking countries, unless you want to export through the sea.
Togo speaks French.
Benin, a bit further. Then Burkina Faso.
Exactly.
Mali, if you want to go further up. And then Côte d'Ivoire. They all speak French. So, and it's quite organic and natural for you to be trading with your direct neighbors. So for a young person now who is looking for a job, wants to join a company that is dealing with trade, business, having French on the CV is definitely an asset.
Okay. So with the embassy, apart from empowering in the education side, what else does the embassy do? Apart from, you know, I'm sure the ordinary Ghanaian is thinking about how to get visa, but I want to know, apart from visa, what does the embassy do?
Okay, well, thanks very much for talking about the visas, because I think it's important to say that the ambassador and the embassy doesn't do visa, the consulate does.
Okay.
And I have no power whatsoever on that. It is online.
Okay.
You actually do your application online. It goes into a machine. Everything is interconnected. So all the 26 Schengen states are connected. So if you are denied in one, you will be denied in the other. So there's no point going and mixing in different embassies. If you have been denied for serious reasons, you will be denied in another one. The moment we will put your name in and your documents in, it will flash an alert saying that you've been trying somewhere else, and that either your documents were fake or there were serious reason to believe that you are trying to illegally immigrate, or you don't have enough collaterals showing that you are going to come back, or that, then you will be denied.
So I say now you go online to apply?
So you apply online. There's no point in calling me. There's no point harassing me on social media. I cannot do visas.
Oh, really?
I can't. So the decision is made by the French immigration.
Okay.
So thanks to the interconnection and the internet, everything is now remotely decided. And all we do when we get the agreement is to print the visa and stick it on your passport.
I see.
We do not make the decisions, and we do not overturn decisions. They are made by immigration. So if you want to get a visa, go online and make sure the documents that you submit are real and that they are convincing.
Okay, good one there. So I'm coming back to the embassy, the policies that you have. I'm sure your country has some interest. And what are the interests when you coming into Ghana? You've already mentioned education. So this is what you found through the Ghana government to be able to educate people in speaking French, and I'm sure other forms of education. But what other things do you do?
So we did a bit during the health issue, the pandemic. And in this area, for instance, we don't do direct bilateral fundings, but we use the multilateral fund, like the Health World Fund and the Gavi for vaccinations. France initiated the COVAX facility that gathers funds from everywhere and vaccines from everywhere, and made sure that Africa was getting its fair share. And we also direct some vaccines bunches through COVAX to make sure that it is evenly dispatched in Africa. So in health, we were able in this pandemic to sort of redirect some funds. But on a daily basis, we are focusing on culture, and we were very happy to be able to do an amazing project that was actually funding different projects about heritage, helping and refurbishing some heritage sites, producing some leaflets to advertise your amazing heritage sites, refurbishing or creating some museums to value the heritage in some areas, like in Bejo, in the Bono region. where I was
Bono region?
in the Bono region.
Did you go there yourself?
Of course, I was installed the Queen Mother out there.
Oh,
so
really?
yes, of course, I
see.
went there, and it's an amazing site because it was there. You have traces.
So what name did they give you?
Nana Bene III.
That's interesting. Okay.
So this place is incredible because you have traces of activity out there in the 11th century. So we have wrecks and bits and pieces of potteries, of ovens, metal ovens, on the floor. You can literally walk on those ruins and things that are proof that there was a very vivid activity in this area, and that this place, that is part of Ghana, was a center of trade where people from all over Africa used to congregate to trade and do the markets. And we are working closely with the Department of Archaeology in the University of Ghana, and they are discovering things.
Okay, so you partner with them?
We partner with them.
Okay.
We funded the laboratory.
Okay.
We funded the museum out there.
I see.
We do researchers exchanges. We bring researchers from France because it's teaching us so much about the history of humanity,
Exactly.
the history of Africa, which was the birth of humanity. And it's very important for us to know what kind of activity, what kind of migrations there were. People from North Africa were coming here, and how all this has mixed the religions, the cultures, and everything as far as the 11th century. Some of the best ambassadors of a country are their superstars. People in France,
when you say superstar, what do you mean?
they're celebrities, musicians, football players, people know and worship and appreciate.
Okay.
In France, 20, 30 years ago, the one who has put Ghana on the map is Abedi Pelé. Before Abedi Pelé, the French probably never heard of Ghana.
Really?
Because you're a quiet country, you
That
see.
was a good one.
Even 30, 40 years ago, even during the coups, we were more focused on the Francophone countries. So we heard about Rawlings, we heard, of course, in 1957, first country in sub-Saharan Africa to gain independence, close to Sékou Touré in Guinea, so we heard about Nkrumah. But to be perfectly honest, most French, they do not know Ghana. But the one who certainly has put Ghana on the map was Abedi Pelé. Wow. And one of the ways to show your country is to use those high-profile people who impersonate Ghana. Same for France. You may not know, but most French preferred personalities originally are from Africa. One of our favorite personality was Yannick Noah, who was born in Cameroon. One of our very famous personality is called Omar Sy. If you watch on Netflix, he is the one who plays Lupin. He was born in Senegal, and his mom or his dad was Mauritanian. And he is now a superstar in France.
That means celebrities should see that as a responsibility.
Well, I think they do. When you speak to Stonebwoy, when you speak to Sarkozy, when they are in the UK and they manage to crack up, when they completely shut down the dance hall, which is absolutely packed, they are putting Ghana on the map because they represent Ghana. They are promoting Ghanaian talent, far away from some images that you can have in the West about Africa that the media sometimes promote because it makes probably us feel lucky if we see that images of the desert, of poor Africa. But that's not what Ghana is about.
Everywhere.
Yes, that's not what Ghana is about. Ghana has talents. Ghana has amazing designers, amazing creative people. We do cooperation in the area of animation movies, animation films, and video
films. So how do you partner with people? You do that by yourself, or you look for Ghanaian?
Oh, we look for Ghanaians. We fund exchanges. We send people to study in France. We funded some animation films.
I see.
We paid for it. We produced actually some animation films that were meaningful because those animation films were talking about the Ghanaian heritage, the Ghana history.
Okay. So I saw the other one on Kwekwa Nancy.
Yes. So
you did that on
see,
Quick.
so it's about diplomacy is about creating links. You see,
Okay.
it's getting
Connectivity.
both people to get to know each other, and bringing the French to know Ghana is trying to bring them to see how similar we are in many aspects, and that the differences are actually added value. So yes, in Ghana you have amazing animation film producers.
We are yet to discover them.
You
You have already discovered them?
You have, of course we have. We're working with them. They are the ones who did Kwaku and Anse in the show. They are the ones who animated that. And they did most of the mini films that you saw during the TV show.
I just want to take a short commercial break.
Of course.
We'll be right back. And stay right there. Don't move an inch.
My name is Jonathan Brokramo, Head of Marketing, City Escape Pampam. City Escape Hotel Pampam is located in the Greater Accra region of the Nigo Pampam district. It has 60 rooms, an amusement park. The amusement park comprises of a dome, a football pitch, a swimming pool, an arcade, and kids play area. And then the room comprises of standard rooms, standard deluxe rooms, chalets, and executive rooms. And then we have 8 conference halls. We have a conference hall that can sit 120 people, one that can sit 65, one that can sit 20, and then one that can sit 15, and then 6 in that order. We have a restaurant that sits 100 people at a time. You can walk in for your honeymoons, your weddings, your parties, your engagements, and everything at City Escape Hotel. We are looking to you to come to City Escape so you can experience our unforgettable escape.
So welcome back from that short commercial break. This program is being brought to you by City Escape Hotel and also FOJ Media and Consult. What do you foresee for the future for Ghana, France and Ghana?
Ghana is a safe bet when it comes to investment. Ghana is going to be one of the leaders in Africa. You can see, you can tell. We get this feeling that we are attending a page of history.
Okay, that's good.
That Africa is the future of the world. You see how the power has shifted since 1970s.
Okay, so I've been talking to Her Excellency Sophie Ave, and she is the French ambassador to Ghana, and she was appointed this September 2018 by the President of the French Republic. And I read her resume. I mean, awesome work this woman is doing. And her very statement that strikes me is diplomacy. It's about linking people.
You're gonna see me right. You're gonna see me rise. Not how you fall back down, but how you get back up before you hit the ground. You're gonna see me.